Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. So today I thought I would talk about the fragrances that I have been sampling recently, fragrance discoveries, different fragrance houses, and I thought I'd share my thoughts and opinions on them. Some of these houses I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about, so I thought I would give a bit of a breakdown in my own opinion, my own humble opinion on the brands, and share with you my thoughts on them and just generally what I've been smelling and what I have been enjoying. All right, so the first brand I want to spotlight and talk about is called Rabanne. Now this obviously is from the house of Paco Rabanne, which is a very iconic fashion house. They are also very known for their fragrances under the Paco Rabanne line, but the Rabanne line is their private collection and it's the more luxurious exclusive collection that they have launched. I believe it came out a couple of years ago, but it's now gaining momentum and popularity amongst fragrance lovers. And I went down to Selfridges and I stumbled across the counter and thought I would check out the line. The sales associate was really helpful, very kind, took the time to speak through all the different fragrances that they have. And there were three that really stood out to me. There's one in particular that if I was to purchase today, it would be this one. And the one that I would purchase would be a fragrance called Burning Leather. This is a leather forward fragrance, but it's just very warm and syrupy and very sensual. I was really taken with that fragrance. I thought that was a beautiful fragrance. Each fragrance bottle is 125 ml, so you get a very big, healthy amount of juice. It does retail for £235, so it's not a cheap private line, but then a lot of these private collections are quite pricey. So I thought at least getting 125 ml is value for money. Would I personally buy the fragrance? Personally not, but I can definitely appreciate them. Like I said, there were two others that stood out as well. So alongside Burning Leather, I also really loved Silver Skin and Midnight Sex. Burning Leather, I'm still getting warm, something almost smells quite ambery and resinous and sweet, but very nice fragrance, really nice. And what I would suggest if you want to perhaps check out Rabanne is I would personally get the Discovery set, which is 2 ml of each of the fragrances within the line. Now that retails for £36. I think that's quite reasonable personally for a private collection, and it's the whole collection. So you can take your time, sniff them, see what you like, and then you can redeem that against a purchase of a full-size bottle. Just my thoughts. Obviously, I've got no affiliation with Rabanne, but I just thought I would share that with you. But yeah, that was my lovely discovery of Rabanne fragrances. So I also recently popped into the Boots fragrance store here in London, at the Broadgate little area by Liverpool Street. If you are in London, definitely go and check it out. It's a store dedicated completely to fragrance. So if you are a fragrance lover, this is your spot. Definitely go and check it out. They have amazing niche brands. They've also got some designer brands as well. But the lovely sales associate, she was so kind, so sweet and charming. And she really took me through different brands and we spoke about fragrance, and she could tell I really love my fragrances, and she was so gracious and went around the store with me, and we were spraying the cards together and we were comparing and we were talking about our different tastes, and it was a nice experience. I know not everyone enjoys when associates do that. You want to be left in peace, but sometimes, I'll just say this, you know, each to their own, but sometimes when you are nice to sales associates, they'll be nice back to you. They'll make amazing recommendations. They will give you samples. They will tell you about exclusive events and ways to save money. They'll even let you sniff exclusives that aren't even in the store, that are maybe back in the stock room somewhere being hidden because they're not supposed to be out on the sales floor. Anyway, I say that to say, just be nice to people. Anyway, we had a lovely interaction. I went through different brands. There's a couple that stood out for me. One called Delta of Venus, which is from Eris Parfums. This is a really nice, clean, floral, sweet, fresh perfume with a note of guava. I thought that was really interesting, and it's one that I kept wanting to keep smelling. Really nice. I've not tried very much from this brand called Eris Parfums, so it was nice for me to try something I've not tried before. And Part of the reason I go out and I enjoy my sampling sessions is because I like to discover new brands, new fragrances, new scent profiles, and just enjoy what is out there and learn as well at the same time. So that was a nice discovery. Also, I discovered a brand called Tobba. I think this is a brand which is from Hong Kong, and the fragrance, I'm gonna butcher it, is Tendresse de Automne, which is a very clean, powdery, aldehydic fragrance. Now, I think I'm going through my clean fragrance era because I am loving clean fragrances, but I'm still looking for more clean fragrances that just have a bit more oomph to them because I just love smelling clean. I like smelling fresh. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time at the Boots fragrance store, and I'll definitely go back. I felt a bit overwhelmed because there was a lot that I was smelling. I thought the fragrances from this brand called Beaufort London were really interesting. They had one which had like notes of gunpowder and smoke, and I was just saying to the associate, like, who buys this? And she was saying to me, you'd be surprised, like we get people that come in specifically for that fragrance, and I find that interesting. Yeah, I found that really interesting. Anyway, I went to Lbty not long ago and I had a really, really nice time. They have an amazing selection of Dries Van Noten fragrances. Dries Van Noten for me is such an incredible house doing an incredible line of fragrances. If you know the fashion house, Dries Van Noten, if you are into fragrance, you know that the brand, Dries himself, you know, I think he's now sold his namesake brand, but he was really known for his use of color, bold prints, really stylish, very avant-garde, very fashion forward, but very classic at the same time. And I feel like the private collection that he's brought out has perfectly encapsulated all of that, all of the brand values. I love the whole collection of Dries Van Noten. I tried all of the Dries Van Noten fragrances. They are incredible. I don't know if I want a full-size bottle of any of them just now, but they do 10 mLs of all of their fragrances pretty much. I know they have the popular ones, Havana Gold, Zou Malakui, I think that's how you say it, which is the chestnut, smooth, silky type of fragrance. There are so many beautiful fragrances from that collection, and I've got a few on my wish list, but I actually went with Neon Garden from Dries Van Noten. And this is a fragrance which has the note of iris and mint. It's very soft, it's very close to the skin, but I just like the fragrance. And yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I've smelt this one before and it always was on my radar, And I actually got gifted a bouquet of flowers, which you can still see here. They're actually still going strong. It was Valentine's Day, and as part of a Valentine's Day promotion, with any purchase from Dries, they gave you a bouquet of flowers. So I got a bouquet of flowers, and it was really nice because it was my birthday the next day, so I was very touched. And again, the sales ladies that were there were so sweet, so yeah, that made me really chuffed. Whilst I was at Lbty, I tried lots of other fragrances. I tried the Lbty private collection, which is called Lbty. Now, if you are from the UK, you know Lbty. You know Lbty is known for like their prints, that's their kind of thing. So I thought the fragrance bottles caught my eye. I've always wanted to go and smell this collection because I've heard really good things about them. And there were two that I really loved from the whole collection. I have the names of them. Adelphi Sun, which is a grapefruit, sort of jasmine, linden blossom. It's got narcissus and ambrox super in it. So I really like that one. The other one I really liked was called Lbty Maze, and that has notes of neroli, bergamot, tea, jasmine, hawthorn and birch. Love those two fragrances. Really strong collection, really enjoyed both. The next fragrance that I finally tried was called Zou Zou, and I don't know what I was expecting from Zou Zou. I was expecting maybe something more fresh, but this is a sweet, soft caramel, vanilla, balmy fragrance. Really nice. I know it's very popular. Very classy fragrance, very elegant. I really like this one. I just wish it lasted maybe a little bit longer. but beautiful nonetheless. And I think, yeah, I think it deserves all of the glowing reviews that it has got, because I think that whole Celine private collection is incredible. I think they're beautiful. They're so smooth and so buttery and just really classy. They're very classy fragrances. They're not too loud or in your face. They're just very classy, smooth, and refined. That whole Celine line, I think, is incredible. Really nice fragrance. Matiere Premiere. So I popped into Matiere Premiere when I was in Covent Garden here in London. They have a brand new store, and I was really excited to go in and just have a look in the store, just enjoy the fragrances really, because it's the first boutique, I believe, outside of Paris. I could be wrong, but in Europe, I think it's their second store, which is quite impressive. And I just had such a good experience. Again, there were two sales ladies and they gave me samples, which I have here. We had such a fun time talking about fragrance. So for Matiere Premiere, I think the one that I really love is Crystal Saffron Extrait. I think that one is beautiful. I do love, don't get me wrong, I do love Radical Rose Extrait is amazing, and I do really love Vanilla Powder Extrait. And they were so kind, they gifted me samples. They were like, what do you want? Let us give you some samples. I wasn't greedy, I just asked for the Vanilla Powder sample. I already have Crystal Saffron Extrait, and I have a Radical Rose Extrait as well, and another one as well, I can't remember, but I just wanted the Vanilla Powder one because I don't have that. And I asked for two of the other fragrances, Parisan Musc, which I quite liked, and Neroli Oranger, which I like clean, fresh fragrances, but I'm looking for some that will last a little bit longer than some of the ones I currently own. That was a lovely experience. And I tell you what as well, I also really like Encens Suave. I think Encens Suave, I prefer it as the EDP as opposed to the extrait concentration. I finally got to sample from Byredo the Absolu collection. I've wanted to sample that for some time. The two that I thought were the best, in my humble opinion, were Bal d'Afrique. I think it's more juicy, more juicy in the extrait concentration, the Absolu concentration. And I also really like Rose of No Man's Land. That smelled a bit more spicy. And I said that to the associate and he said, yeah, it's got a note of saffron, which makes it a little bit more spicy and warm. And they both lasted quite a decent amount of time. I tried them both on skin and yeah, I was impressed. I got at least sort of 6 hours from both of them, which for Byredo I think is really good. So yeah, those are on my radar. From Amouage Purpose 50. This fragrance is incredible. I always feel overwhelmed when I go to an Amouage counter. I feel Amouage has a lot of complex, big fragrances, and a lot of people know their Amouage fragrances really well. I'm still learning about Amouage and trying things and understanding things. I think they've obviously had this massive burst of popularity. A lot of people love the fragrances, and they are beautiful fragrances. They're very bold, they're very in your face, and they're very expensive. But Purpose 50, I really enjoy. I feel it's still a close cousin to Amouage's Guidance 46, but I like this one more. I feel like it has more of this warm incense in the fragrance, which just warms it up. And oh, I just love this one. When I had this tester strip in my house, I put it in my living room. The whole living room, when I came back, smelled of this. It smelled of Amouage Purpose 50. This is a beast of a fragrance. This is a beast. This is not one which I would personally choose to overspray because it's so strong. The whole house, from the minute I walked in, I could smell Amouage Purpose 50. Really beautiful fragrance. Let's talk about Guerlain. So from Guerlain, I just sampled very recently Tabac Sahara, which, oh my goodness, incredible fragrance. My friend and I met for lunch and a good sampling session this past weekend. And he brought this fragrance with him. And guys, this fragrance is incredible. It's a fruity, tobacco, warm fragrance. Really beautiful, really classy. And Very, very long lasting fragrance, very, very long lasting. I couldn't believe, like, I sprayed just the smallest amount on card and a little bit went on my arm, and I was just getting whiffs of it till I got home. Beautiful fragrance, and that's definitely one which, yeah, has been added to my ever-growing wish list. Another fragrance from the house of Guerlain that I really, really loved, it's this one here, Neroli Outrenoir. Beautiful fragrance, absolutely stunning fragrance. This will make a perfect like spring, summer fragrance. You could wear this all year round, but in the warmer months when the sun is coming out and it's getting brighter, this is the kind of fragrance that I would wear. This has notes of petitgrain, bergamot, lemon, grapefruit tea, orange. Beautiful fragrance, beautiful. And I was actually surprised how long this one lasted as well. This is also one which made my living room smell so nice. It was so beautiful. I'm gonna be honest though, guys, I still have vanilla Planifolia on my wish list. I know that fragrance is absolutely extortionate in terms of the price, £495 for 50 ml, but I still have that fragrance high up on my wish list. I love it. Every time I go to the Guerlain counter and they have that fragrance, I have to spray it. It's beautiful, it's stunning. And I know a lot of people have downplayed the fragrance and said there's other fragrances that smell like it. There is nothing that smells like that fragrance, and I do think that's the vanilla to end all vanillas. That fragrance, I'm telling you, it actually tempts me to sell more fragrances to raise the money to buy that fragrance. Because I still, all these years later, since I first sampled it, I still adore that fragrance. Beautiful. The last two fragrances I'm going to talk about were discoveries at Parfum Lance here in London. It's in Richmond. It's a niche fragrance store owned by Daria, who is such a lovely lady, and she owns this boutique. It's beautiful. She has so many great niche brands in there, and she herself is a frag head. She's a fragrance content influencer and content creator. So she opened this boutique, which is so impressive. She has such a great number of brands in there, and I had such a great time. My friend, he frequents that store and he buys quite a lot from there, and he introduced me to Daria and the store, which was quite nice. It opened, I believe, last year, and whilst I was there was a couple of recommendations that Daria made. Now, I told her, Daria, I currently am in my clean boy era, so I told her the kind of clean, aldehydic, musky, soapy scents that I like, and she gave me a lot of recommendations. And then she said to me, why don't we try something different? You know, try something a bit sweeter, or let's try different sweet fragrances. So she pulled out different things, and she sprayed on card Maison Mataha's Escapade Gourmande. And I've got to be honest, I really like that fragrance. Vanilla, musk, I think it's got some sort of black sugar in it, or it's quite sweet and syrupy. I actually said to her, it smells like it's got some sort of rum or boozy note in there, but it doesn't. It's a very, to me, it's supposed to have like a creme brulee type of scent profile to the fragrance. I didn't pick that up massively, but I did get something quite sweet and boozy and warm and just gorgeous. It wasn't too sweet to my nose as well. It was really nice, and that for me was the winner. And she agreed. She's like, yeah, that's an incredible fragrance. So yeah, I'm glad that was a nice discovery. I tried the infamous Bianco Latte. I have not tried that fragrance till now, and I can appreciate it, but it's not for me personally. It is a very strong fragrance, like a lot of people say. It's very strong, but I don't think it's one which I'm interested in adding to my collection. If I was to add another sweeter fragrance, I would probably add Escapade Gourmande, because I thought that was a really nice fragrance in my opinion. That was really nice. The last fragrance, guys, as you can see, it's so dark outside. I need to wrap this video up. It was nice and bright, but I've been filming for a while. Nishane, Born to be Seen. Now, this was a beautiful discovery. I said to Daria in Parfum Lance, I said, I like my clean musky scent. So she was getting me different fragrances and spraying things on card. And she sprayed this one, and I tried all of them. And this was the one that really stood out. This one's amazing. amazing. And I got the 10 ml travel spray because I just, it's so good. And I thought this is the perfect size for me right now. In the top, it's got some bergamot, violet. In the mid, it's got iris, peach, and civet. And in the base, it's got acagiac wood, amberette, and sandalwood. This is so good. I think I might have found my ultimate clean boy scent because this one performs really, really well, actually. I could smell it all the way into the evening when I got this fragrance and I'd sampled it. It's very, as I said, it's very clean. It is soapy, it's iris forward, but it's also got a bit of a woody, smooth dry down as well. Because I just feel like I smell so clean and put together, and yeah, they just don't give me headaches. They're classy and they just smell like me. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. These have been all the different fragrances I've been sampling, what I've been trying, what I've been enjoying. Thank you for watching. Tell me, guys, what have been your recent fragrance discoveries? What have you been enjoying? What have you been loving? Share them with me so I can also go out and smell stuff. I still love to go out and smell fragrances. I find it really fun and enjoyable. Leave me a comment down below of any recent discoveries that you have made. Anything else you think I should try. Yeah, let me know down below, and I will see you in my next video very, very soon. Take care, guys. Thank you.